All right. Exciting stuff. If you guys did or didn't see, just did a little judge soliloquy because we were live in the office while it happened, so might as well make them dance a little bit. Let's talk about this weekend's football slate. It might be a little higher and tighter than normal because, being completely honest with you, it is after 9 p.m. It is my mom's birthday. I'm yet to call her. Did have flowers delivered. They're there. And we did text a little bit, but still have to call her. Call your mom on her birthday. The football this weekend, it starts out Thursday night. My Broncos versus the Colts. That's funny. That's a joke. Broncos versus Colts. And the game itself might be as well. The Colts have been playing one of the ugliest brands of football in the NFL. Tying the Texans the first week. Losing to the Jaguars 24-0, which feels a little better, but at the time was disgusting. Then they beat the Chiefs. If that isn't NFL football, I don't know what is. And then they lost at home to the Titans. They were down the whole time. It felt ugly. And they face my Denver Broncos. That's right, my one oddball team, Terrell Davis jersey, in every middle school picture growing up. If you remember, they lost a week 1 fiasco. The Russ returned to Seattle. They settled on the 80-yard field goal and the short fourth down. They blew a couple red zone possessions with fumbles. Their first game without Jamal, I just want to call him Jamal Williams. Javonte Williams, excuse me.
Jamal did light it up last week, but
he did, and he's been
on Detroit.
He's been vulturing a lot of touchdowns. Man, the Broncos, I don't know. They won an 11-10 game against the Niners, who, again, the Niners look good. They always look good against the Rams, though. They beat the Texans, who stink and are winless. The last winless team in the NFL, 16-9. Not a pretty game at home. And then they lost to the Raiders, who were 0-3. They were winless and back against the wall. They beat the Broncos. Now, without Javonte, they've been using Melvin Gordon a lot. I wonder if they try to use him more as a featured back and maybe the running backs not being able to get to a flow while they were sharing carries. Maybe that was part of the problem. Maybe they fully try to let Russ cook and see where that lands them. Hackett and Russ, they've made me sad as being a Broncos fan. Nathaniel Hackett, the Broncos head coach, is off to one of the worst starts one of the worst 2-2 starts a coach has ever gone off to in the NFL. I think I can firmly say that. Russell Wilson, as beloved and awesome as he is, and my guy Trevor Plouffe fought me on this a little bit, he's becoming a bit of a meme. Like, he was already there a little bit. People were starting to make the turn, and now the Subway commercial and the Broncos country, let's ride. Your quarterback and your head coach are the two most powerful voices in the locker room normally. Von Miller, gone. Used to be around forever. He's in Buffalo. I'm worried about my Broncos. They're at home versus the Colts. Mile High is still Mile High, and the Colts have looked bad. This has everything teed up for this to be an awful matchup. Sometimes football rears its head in a better way. Colts pound Jonathan Taylor every time, and I think you'll like where you end up. If my Broncos lose that, again, their final 6 games, I've read them a few times, but Ravens, Chiefs, Cardinals, Rams, Chiefs, Chargers. And the fact that this Colts team knows they beat the Chiefs, let's just say, if my Broncos lose this one, I think it's season over, which you can't normally say for a 2-3 NFL team. On Sunday, we have another treat, BBD. Some tea and strumpets with your G-Men, as the 3-1 G-Men face 3-1 Green Bay. Can I tell you what? I love this location of the game for the Giants.
It helps.
If you're going to be playing at Green Bay, it's a lot better to be playing that game in Tottenham, where the Hotspur normally kick it off. I don't know. If you're the Giants, and BBD, I guess I'll ask you, just don't get embarrassed, right? Like,
yeah.
If you walk away from this game and it's 24-20 and you guys played with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers and you're 3-2, I think your head's held high.
Yeah. If the issue is no idea who's playing quarterback this week.
And that's scary against Aaron Rodgers.
It seems like it's going to be Davis Webb or Jake Fromm or one of the other guys who used to be kind of around.
Saquon, best of luck to you. I think everyone in the ballpark will know.
He might be getting more QB reps.
He got a couple last week in the Wildcat. Let's see how creative the great Brian Daboll can get against the Green Bay Packers. And let's see a 9:30 game. Wake up, enjoy it on your Sunday morning, which will probably lead into maybe a deciding wild card do or die game that night, which we'll be streaming throughout. So it might be a beautiful sports day, people. Get ready for that on Sunday.
Brief aside, a lot of international games this year. There's 5 of them.
A little tidbit that maybe people may have got or maybe not have gotten. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, they installed a football field.
Yeah.
To rotate in with their soccer field. If you gave me, Brian Windhorst meme. What do you think that means? If you gave me an over-under of 10 years for an NFL team in London, I would hammer it. 5, I would think about it.
At least 5 to be announced. I wish I could credit the person who tweeted it, but they listed all the free agents that are names. The one that Odell, Landon Collins, the Giants stick out, but they're it feels like they're ready for another team.
That's
ready to expand a little.
I think so. If we're being honest, Green Bay, Rodgers against a 4th string quarterback?
Yeah.
Someone who wasn't on the roster as of...
The Giants only took 3 quarterbacks in preseason. They didn't even have a 4th dude there, I believe.
So, grab your
if
coffee.
It's not Jones, there's a chance because he did come back into that game off adrenaline, but...
Hey, Giants defense.
Then just don't embarrass yourself, and we're happy.
Giants defense and Saquon make a memory. Into the full slate, Pittsburgh at Buffalo, no. I think Kenny Pickett is getting his first full-blown start. The Buffalo defense is as good as the Buffalo offense. In Buffalo, the boys may eat. I think Pittsburgh is pretty dearth of talent. There's some people that really like Kenny Pickett, and we'll see your first full-blown start against a team that's supposed to be the number 1 Super Bowl contender this year. Maybe they're hoping to catch him sleeping. Maybe Kenny Pickett's got a couple throws in his bag that can make it fun. Whatever the spread is in that game, I think I'll be taking Buffalo. They're really, really good.
Looks like 14.
I think I'm still okay with that. That's what I would tell people. The Chargers. It's a big line. The Chargers play at the Cleveland Browns. Chargers are 2-2. Browns are a 2-2. I still can't believe they lost that game to the Jets. We'll get to them. Their losses are to the Jets and Falcons, and their wins are to the Panthers and Steelers. No, that smells like nothing. Panthers, Steelers might be really bad this year.
They feel like teams destined to be the top 2 picks.
Matt Rule may be the first the coach fired this year. They lost to the Jets, so okay. And the Falcons? I like the Chargers. It's in Cleveland. Herbert's still banged up, and a lot of the Chargers' defensive studs are also banged up.
Austin Hedges bowl, so shout out Rose rotation.
Wow. How about that? Still very much lean. Go Chargers, go. Bears at the Vikings. The Vikings back to being America's sweetheart as they are 3-1. Their only losses to the Eagles. And by the way, Chicago is bad. I just think that's the only way to put it. Although I heard Trent Dilfer give an interesting argument about Justin Fields, about his stuff, of who he is as a person, and his big play escapability. He has all of that stuff in droves. It's just being a true drop back passer. If he can make some little steps each week, you can have a guy. He hasn't really shown that in Minnesota. I think they're getting off to the start a lot of people thought. They look good. Coach is still too tall for me. Sorry. That's coming from a short guy.
Seems like the book on Fields is there's a path to being a good player. Like a good
Everything else is so good that his just basic drop back passing has to get to an okay level.
And it's
and he can be good. So I don't know. I'm not bought in yet, but people that know the game better than me are. Detroit goes to New England. Holy smokes. Bailey Zappi show versus the slap happy Lions. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I do. The Lions are going to go down big early. They're going to make it a game. I would lean on Belichick versus Dan Campbell. Don't be surprised if this Patriots team, who I talked about their lack of talent, but look at their losses. Dolphins in Miami, who everyone kind of loves or loved with Tua. The Ravens. People think of them as a Super Bowl contender. The Packers. A really good game, by the way. Overtime. Aaron Rodgers in those Packers. Their one win is the Steelers, who I said are not good, probably, but
they beat the one team that's just definitely worse than them.
Know who the Patriots have coming up? Lions, Browns, Bears, Jets, Colts, Jets. That's 6 teams. 6 teams probably not making the playoffs. Now, Patriots, I kind of lean that way too. But do you believe in Belichick? Do you believe in him making something out of nothing with, they still have a running back committee that can get you yards between Stevenson and some of the other guys? I don't know. I love the Lions. In New England, Belichick.
We're going to find out about them, how they handle this stretch of teams they can beat.
And it feels like it happened last year, right? The Patriots got hot because they played nobody. Everyone was drinking Mac Jones and Patriot Kool-Aid, and then it stopped because they started playing better teams. So that's a pretty soft middle of the schedule while you're figuring out your team. And some people like Zappy from Western Kentucky. So I don't know. If Belichick's got that one up the sleeve, no thanks.
Another one you're not excited for next, I don't think.
Seattle, New Orleans, no. Seattle's winning games. Geno Smith is putting up big stats. The Saints, after a loss, though, I think their defense is still good. And with Taysom Hill Saints at home in New Orleans is still a different team. And Seattle, no, I'm not going to believe in that. Geno Smith, he didn't write back. No. Please prove me wrong, Geno. Dolphins at the Jets. Hello. Zach Wilson, the comeback kid after playing pretty bad, gets the Dolphins, and Tua has been ruled out because of all of that.
Could be anything.
Jesus, that's bad. Jets, everything in my instincts, if you weren't the New York Jets, would tell me you're going to win this game. You just had a young quarterback. Get some juice. Your team has some life out of nowhere. You won a game against the Browns you had no business winning. You had a nice comeback win on the road. It was against the Steelers, who, for the third time this show, I'll say I don't think are good. But you did it, and you're getting Miami with a backup quarterback. Come on, Jets. That being said, I'll stay away from it. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Watch for Tampa to start to go. They have their offensive skill positions back. They got beat by a Chiefs team, but they showed fight in that game. They came back. They were starting to figure it out. They were starting to click. Not buying into Atlanta at all. I'm sorry, Atlanta. Tampa big. Tennessee at Washington, no. I'm sorry. Tennessee, you kind of put yourself in that spot, although you shouldn't be lumped in with Washington. Win this game, win a couple more games. They're 2-2 right now after an 0-2 start. And their schedule in that division, again, I think the Titans are going to be there, but watching that game, no. Just no. You had something you like there?
No, I'm trying to get kind of pulled. The guy who caught Judge's ball is very, very rich already.
Damn. What an idiot. What's very, very rich mean?
He's the vice president of Fisher Investments.
Hate that guy. That's funny. Hate him because he's successful.
Happy for your success.
Right.
It's just not a cool story if you profit off.
Could be a lot cooler. Damn. Houston at Jacksonville, straight no. Not even diving in, although you know I love them Jags. Trevor Lawrence needs a big bounce-back game. 4 fumbles. You're playing Houston at home. If you want to stop being the Jaguars, this is a game you handle your business in a big way. San Francisco at Carolina, kind of no. Carolina might be on the outs. Everyone's done with Baker. Everyone's done with Rule. San Francisco seem to get their season on track with the Rams, which they do. Not an early start when West Coast teams go out east. Sometimes you look out for that 1 p.m. It's a 4 p.m. I just think you're going to see good team versus bad team. Debo. Oh, my God. He's my favorite player in the NFL. Easily. Dallas at the Rams. Are people excited for this? Probably. Dak's questionable with the hand, but supposedly he still can't really squeeze the ball, so I think you're getting Cooper Rush. Interesting little test for both these teams. Dallas, 3-1. Bengals, Giants, Commanders. Giants and Commanders, At the Rams. Watch out on the line. People are sketched out by Dallas's line a little bit this year, and Aaron Donald, when he still goes, he goes. Rams looking to bounce back after the Niners beat them again. Rams. Philadelphia at Arizona. Ooh. This is fun. I believe, was it Rodgers and the Packers who went into Arizona last year feeling really good? Or no, who was the last undefeated team last year? Let's see if I can bring it up. 2021, the Cardinals had been really exciting. Or they were the undefeated team, excuse me. And they played the Packers at home, and the Packers beat them. Cardinals will be trying to flip the script as the undefeated Eagles come in. And Kyler Murray, let's kind of see who this dude is. It's at home. When Kyler goes, he can still go, although he hasn't fully gone this year, if we're being honest. Kyler Murray has probably been telling himself for a long time that Jalen Hurts isn't in his vicinity of skill-wise, talent-wise, QB-wise. And Jalen Hurts, I think on the national level, has equaled him or passed him with his Philly team that is now a Super Bowl favorite, while the Cardinals are falling out of love or lust with a lot of people. Their losses, Cardinals' losses, are to the Rams and the Chiefs. So maybe let's put that in a little perspective. I'm not the biggest Cardinals guy. I would bet that the Cardinals, Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray, athletes, especially at this level, are a type of competitive we don't see. I can't believe I'm hyping the Cardinals at all. Could I see Kyler being in his bag in this game? Yes. Could I see the Cardinals getting overwhelmed by a good Eagles team? Yeah. But East Coast team going west, Cardinals team with something to prove? I don't know. Maybe closer than the experts think. Or maybe a little underdog special with Kyler having to put a full-on performance. My soul doesn't believe it, but if there's a time, it feels like the perfect little trap game where the Eagles feel dominant. The Jaguars jumped out to a big lead on them. It didn't matter at all. They might be on their heels just a little bit more and relaxed, or they could just roll and become the dominant team that people think. And your night slate that could be competing with wildcard baseball, Cincy at Baltimore. I love it. Cincy's figured it out and started going. They're 2-2. At the Ravens, who you guys know, Justin Pennick was on here. He loves the Ravens. A tough loss to the Bills. Again, their losses are to the Dolphins and the Bills, which I think end of the year are going to look fine. Dolphins might come back to earth, but what they were doing with Tua, and they blew that game.
Very skilled.
Ravens also blew this game. So, hey, I guess if you're the Ravens, even if you get beat, don't just blow it at the end, because that's going to be a tough feeling to overcome. Man, Ravens, Bengals, these teams, when they start hitting, it feels like it's a different level. Don't be surprised in prime time, rowdy Baltimore crowd coming off high off an Orioles season. It's going to be rowdy. There's going to be hits. Burrow and Lamar. Okay, I'm in. We are tuned up for a fantastic sports Sunday. Get everything done Saturday. I'm not even looking at the college football slate. Don't care. Get it done Saturday because you're going to want to watch Ravens, Bengals at night. You're going to want to watch the baseball wild card. 4 p.m., I think you've got hope between Dallas and the Rams and Philly and Arizona that you might catch a game. You also might not, if we're being real. And then that 1 p.m. slate, is there a big winner? Not really.
Yeah, you can go do something.
Maybe you could do something
Go
Sunday
get brunch.
afternoon and enjoy it. Yeah. Watch some New York Green Bay, wake up, do something helpful that makes you feel productive. Yeah, get ready for the afternoon and the night, because between that and playoff baseball, we are buckled in for a good one. Vegas at Kansas City Monday night, and Monday we'll be back here doing Wake and Jake, covering everything. I think we're going to have some baseball. Well, the wild card will have been decided, so we'll have some real series previews between here, talking baseball, everything else. Yankees games on the horizon. Holy smokes. I think we wrap it, Peebs. It's off the record. It's late. I'm tired. I love you, Mom.
We'll see ya.
Happy birthday. Bake the algorithm. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Go Sports.